This video we want to go ahead and explain it to you guys and how you can make your sessions absolutely private when you're working on your computer so that nobody gets to know whenever they use your computer that on which website you were on and or whose Facebook profile you were watching 5-10 minutes ago and for how long you stayed on any website. Well, there are two ways to it. First of all, if at all your browsing gets recorded, you can go ahead and erase that. I am using all major 5 internet browsers today. Namely, it's Mozilla Firefox, it's Google Chrome, and Internet Explorer, Opera, and Safari. So where exactly this information gets stored? Whatever you've been up to, you press CTRL, that's called Control, and then H as in horse on the keyboard. It gives you the history of your web pages. I'm doing it on Internet Explorer, Control H. It shows the history for today on Monday. For Opera, Control H. It's bringing up the history. Let it bring up the history. Let me try and search for Mozilla Firefox history on the left hand side, and for here the history comes here again. For Google Chrome, it's loading. Let's check on Opera. Okay, Opera's history is here as well, and so is for Google Chrome, the history tab. Okay, now what happens is this history can easily be deleted, but you at times do not remember. To delete history, you need to go ahead and press CTRL Shift and then delete. It will give you an option straight away. You need to delete the browsing history, the download history, the cookies, the cache file. You would not want to delete the passwords or autofill form data. So from the beginning of time, from past hour or a past day, past week, last 4 weeks. So I'm going to do it for beginning of time, and what it does is that it will speed up your internet browsing speed as well if you clear up your history from time to time. This was one method when you go ahead and not let people see what exactly you do not let anyone see what you were doing, but you have to clear the history again and again. Okay, so the command is same, absolutely same for uh, Safari or Opera. Control Shift Delete, and it will give you an option to delete the browsing history, clear browsing history, and past hour or beginning of time, saved passwords you want to delete or not. Okay, I beg your pardon that Safari has a different option. You do not have to press Control Shift Delete. You have to right click and click on delete here. But yes, when you're there on Safari, you press Control H, CTRL H, it gives you the history, and then the history can be deleted here by right clicking. Now, a very interesting feature given in all browsers is private browsing. You can use private browsing whenever you want to go to some kind of a personal site or whatever you don't want to let others know. If at all your computer is shared, that you go ahead and open this browser in a private mode. So how do you do that? For Mozilla, it's CTRL Shift P. It opens up browsing. You're browsing privately now, so it's a private browser. It will not record whatever you're searching. For an example, I go to google.com first, and then I will open buy a new car. I'm sorry, and I've gone to this website, and on another tab I'm pressing CTRL H for history, but there is no history because this is a private browsing session. It will be much faster, it will be much cleaner, and it will not store any history. How do you get a new private browsing session in Chrome. It's called incognito mode in here. Incognito, yeah. You need to press CTRL Shift and N for new. And this says that you're into a private browsing. Almost same in Internet Explorer like Mozilla, CTRL Shift and P for personal or private. So you get an in private browsing session over here. In Opera, there is an option to go in private. It's Control Shift and N for new, same as in Google Chrome. Yeah, but for Safari you need to go ahead and click on this circle and then click for private browsing. There is no shortcut, and the private will be written over here at the top, and there is no shortcut to open the private browsing in here in Safari. So in this manner, what you do is that you make your browsing absolutely private. For an example, I'll show it to you on Chrome. I open up any website. I open up Facebook. I've cleared up the cache and everything. I'm opening up the Facebook, and now I'm pressing Control H. There is no history found, even if I've opened up Facebook in front of you. And if I do it now, I'll show it to you in this normal page where there is no incognito mode. I open up facebook.com, and now I press Control H. Oh, let it load. Let me log in. And now in normal mode, I've served Facebook and I've opened up moneycontrol.com, and let me try and search for the history. It's CTRL-H, and it gives me the history that I've been on these websites, Money Control just now, and I've checked profiles of a few of my friends on Facebook. So that's all about it. So whenever you want to go ahead and do something private, remember to press Control Shift N for Google Chrome and Opera. Okay, here's Opera. It's Control Shift and N. Control Shift and N for private browsing, and incognito mode you may call it in Chrome. And for Internet Explorer, that's going to be Control Shift and P for private. Same as in Mozilla Firefox. I'll close this. I'll try and reopen it. Control Shift and P. And those who don't understand, it's Control Shift P means first you press Control CTRL and you keep it pressed. Then you press Shift and you keep that pressed too. And then you press P for pop-up. It opens up a new browsing window that's going to be without any kind of history recorded. For Safari, you need to click on this circle on the right hand side and then click on private browsing. If you uncheck that, this private goes away. You check that, the private comes back, and click on OK, private comes back here. So that's it for now. Thanks a lot for watching.